Okay. All praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Habashah, them honor to the apostles from the brother, speaking truth around the world. Shalom. This lesson about coronavirus, pandemic, and the mark of the beast. When the time of prophecy coming to pass, let me get into these scriptures, then we gonna let it play out itself. Oh, that's what I want. And go to Ezekiel chapter 18 and 20. The soul that sinned, it shall die. The soul shall not bear the iniquity of their father, neither shall their father bear the iniquity of his son. And the righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wicked of the wicked shall be upon him. Verse 21, but if the wicked would turn from all his sin that he have committed, and keep all my statutes, and do that which is lawful and right, and he surely he live, and he shall not die. Verse 21 too, and all his transgressions that he had committed, and he shall not be mentioned unto him. Not be mentioned unto him. His righteous that he have done, he shall live. Oh, yeah, I'm checking. Okay. What's that? Verse 22. Okay, yeah. Want to look up this. Mention. Okay. I'm going to read 21 again. But the wicked would turn from all his sin that he had committed, and keep all my statutes, and do which is lawful and right, and he shall surely live, and he should not die. 22. And all his righteous that he had committed, and he shall not be mentioned unto him, and his righteous that he have done, he shall live. 23. Have any pleasure that all the wicked should die, said the Lord our power, and not that he should return from his way and live. But when the righteous turn away from his righteous, and commit iniquity, and done according to all abomination that a wicked man does, should he live? And all the righteousness he had done should not be mentioned? And the trespasses that he had trespassed, and his sins that he had sinned in, should he die? 25. Yes, yet said the way of the Lord is not equal. Hear now, O house of Israel, is not my ways equal? Are not your ways equal? There go the rest. 26. When the righteous man turned away from his righteous, and committed iniquity, and died in them for his iniquity that he had done, he should die. Verse 27. Again, the wicked man turned away from his wickedness, and he is committed, and he done which is lawful and right, and he shall save his soul alive. Right. Yeah. So we're gonna move on. Let's see what we're doing here. I'm going to go to Amos. Chapter 3:1. Hear the words of the Lord, and have spoken against you, O children of Israel, against who the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt. I said. Then we're going to skip down 3 and 6. Surely the trumpet been blown in the city, and the people's not been afraid. Should there be evil in the city, and the Lord has not done it? Surely the Lord have power would do nothing, but he revealed his secret unto his servants the prophet. Right. And he just revealing all the secrets prophets going on. Let's see, Jackie, what was it? Yeah, I'm gonna play this. Let's make sure it was short.
Now our segment on something you rarely hear about here in Washington, solutions to big problems. As always, we have two top voices from different sides of an issue, and we'll use this segment in hopes of pushing towards some progress. Today, we're talking about a brand new report exposing the shocking number of foreigners who illegally overstay their travel visas here in the U.S.
This is a very alarming report. It confirms what we've been suspicious of for a long time. We've had at least 5 different passages of laws that says a person needs to be clocked out of the country just as they're clocked into the country, so we know who overstayed their visas when they come here. What this report says is that in 2014 alone, 1 year, 400,000 plus people overstayed their visas.
That's GOP Senator Jeff Sessions, who has been talking quite a bit about this problem and held a hearing this week. So is there any common ground to find some solutions on this? Let's ask Fox News contributors Rick Grinnell and Santita Jackson. Good to see you both.
Good to see you.
All right, Santita, I'll start with you. I mean, this is a report that Congress has been pushing DHS for years. They finally got the first of its kind report, and we find out more than 400,000 people in 1 year overstayed their visas. And Congress said, you know, there were some hints from Democrats and Republicans alike thinking, we didn't get this information because DHS knows how bad it is.
Well, you know, I think the good news is that DHS, the Department of Homeland Security, has been doing such a good job. What the report doesn't tell us, or what that report didn't tell us, was that 45 million people come to the United States. So little more than 1% overstay their visas. But in a time of anxiety and insecurity, well, great is not good enough. I mean, that's a little bit more than 1%. So what we have to do is figure out how we can get to 100% without sacrificing our liberty for security.
Yeah, it's a tricky balance. And Rick, since 2004, the law has required that DHS come up with some kind of format that the government find a way to track people. Here we are, 2016 now, and Rick, still, they haven't figured out a way to do it, even though they're required by law.
Yeah, and we know how to do this. I mean, we have the technology to follow someone from the moment they come into the United States on a visa.
Eventually, what's happening is that we are being led bit by bit through, to use the Skinnerian term, from shaping, through the successive approximation to ultimately having within our bodies an RFID chip that will be implanted, that people will stand in line and in queues for to have, so that ultimately we will have in our bodies, because what we're doing right now, Lindsay, is we're slowly moving towards that. We went from the desktop to the laptop, to the phone, to the...
All right, go get into the scriptures and break it down a bit. Yeah, kind of. Matthew 24 and 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name and say, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many. Oops, that's wrong button. Verse 5. For many. Yeah, verse 6. And shall hear wars and rumors and war, and see that be not troubled, for all things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right. We're going to go to Mark. Oops. Chapter 4 and 9. Guess I got it. Okay. And he said unto them, He that have ears to hear, let him hear. And when he was alone, then he was about him with no voice. Like, I'm gonna get it again 9. And he said unto them, He that have ears to hear, let him hear. Right. Let him. Okay. All right, we're gonna see what we got here. All right, go back to this. Go to Revelation chapter 13 and 15. And he had power to give. Revelation chapter 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. The image of the beast shall both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast, should be killed. And call all them both small and great, and rich and poor, free and bond, and receive the mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man may buy or sell, say he that had the mark of the name of the beast, of the number of his name. He have wisdom, let him that he have understanding count and the number of the beast, for it is number of the man, and the number of 606 verses. Right. But I'm gonna read. Again 15. Revelation chapter 13 and 15. And he that had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and the image of the beast shall both speak, because that as many would not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. Right? If you don't worship the beast, you will be killed, because you're not worshiping him. But he's not to be worshipped. So that's going against the law. Take this beast, it's a wrap. You're done. Take this chip, the chip, and put it in your skin. That's going against the law of the Most High. And don't worship this devil. That's what he is. You want to be worshipped. He ain't nothing. But we're going to go back into this.
Watch. And now we're having little tattoos, little biometrics, all of them leading to the ultimate goal, and that is an RFID, a radio frequency identification, or similar chip to be placed subcutaneously. And that chip, Lindsay, will have everything about you there is. Your bank account, your GPS location, and you will do it. You will get one. Because after all, it will also have the siren call of medical information. And then one day, God forbid, not you, one day when people are found guilty of, let's say, crimes, they're not going to be put into the Hoosgow, the Pokey. No, their chip is going to be turned off and poof, they don't exist anymore. That's where all of this is going.
So look, we want to be welcoming. I think Santita is right. We want to be a country that says, come visit. It's too much. You have to have rules, otherwise it's going to be chaos. Everybody wants to come to the United States. We've got
Told us a couple of 100 years ago that if we sacrifice our liberty,
do it. You may have to implement it through banking systems so that
registering, because without this, without my ability to pick up the metrics, the biometrics, the electronic metrics of you, you don't exist.
my bottom line is we have the new technology. We should utilize it and not be afraid to utilize it.
All right. Thank you both, Rick and Santita. Great to see you for this week's Solutions. And you heard it there, folks. I mean, they both agree that we have technology, that we should be welcoming people who come to this country, but it's our responsibility as a government to track them, figure out where they are. Even if we just have a small fraction overstaying, there was only 5 who were here on overstayed visas who were part of the 9/11 hijacking. It's a threat none of us can ignore, regardless of party or political persuasion.
And this is how the device looks. And then we plug it in.
That part goes into the brain,
This
right?
part goes into the brain. The light goes into our device, which goes directly into the brain.
That was the story we did from MIT last year. Its researchers have developed a revolutionary interface enabling a connection between a human brain and a machine. But Professor Anikeva, in charge of that research, insisted that this technology had purely scientific incline and for now could only be used for studies of the gray matter or injecting medication into ill brain cells. The US military now looks to take the neurotechnology to a completely next level. The Guardian reports that it basically wants to create cyborgs by connecting computers to soldiers' heads. The research is conducted by the US military's Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or DARPA, which we know too well by these robot videos. The new program is called
Go. Okay, go a couple of scriptures. All right, we're gonna go to Luke. Yeah. Luke 21 and 34, 35. Yeah. 33. Luke 21 and 33. Heaven and earth should pass away, but my word should not pass away. 34. And take heed of yourself. Let any time that your heart be overcharged and with suffering and drunkenness and care of this life, and so the day come upon you unawares. 35. For a snare shall come on all that dwell on the face of the whole earth. 36. Watch therefore and pray always, you may be accounted worthy to escape all those things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. Right. So you got to be watching news, what's going on. You know, he coming as a thief in life, as what's going to come on this earth. We're already in the things coming to pass. So we're going to read this again. Luke chapter 21 and 36. Watch therefore and pray always, that you may be accounted worthy to escape all those things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. Right, stand before the Son of Man. All right, we go. Get to this scripture. Go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that had been before me and before there of old prophets, and both against many countries and against great kingdom of wars and evil and pestilence. All right, that's what's going on right now. You know, that the prophets out there speaking the Bible, the truth, what's going out, and they've been prophesied what's going on, and it's been coming to pass. Let me read this again. And the prophets that had been before me and before them of old prophets, both against many countries, against kingdom, against great kingdom, and wars, and evil and pestilence. Right, so I'm gonna read one more scripture. We're gonna go to one more. All right. Revelation 19 and 20. And the beast was taken with him false prophets, and with miracles before him, with which he deceived them that received the mark of the beast, and them worship him image. They both was cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. Right? So you take this marker chip, this implant, this marker, you're going to be destroyed. He deceived. And it's going to be our temptation. All the carnal, we don't know how we're going to be though, but it's not going to be good at all. It's going to be, can't even imagine how it's going to be that time. Our temptation. No food, no drink. You gotta have faith in the Most High. You gotta have faith. Right. You gotta have faith in this, because, man, let me read that one more time. And the beast was taken with him, false prophets, one miracle before him, which he had deceived them, had received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. They was both was cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstones. Right. You see them. All right, got one more video left. Get this out.
Bodies a week are interred here. The coronavirus crisis means it's now that many every day. More than 7,000 New Yorkers have died from COVID-19, more than twice the number who perished in the 9/11 attacks.
We've lost over 7,000 lives to this crisis. That is so shocking and painful and breathtaking. I don't even have the words for it.
While many are losing their lives, many more are losing their jobs. Despite appearances, this isn't a coronavirus testing station. It's a drive-through station in Florida for the newly jobless to pick up unemployment forms. Another 6 million Americans have registered as being out of work as COVID-19 continues to cut a swathe through the economy. But the chairman of the Federal Reserve says that...
Let it go. All praise to Yahweh by Shema Bashar. Double honor to the apostles and the brother speaking the truth around the world. Shalom.